con the virtual parliament.
Mr. Speaker, once again the honourable gentleman is furious, and it's very hard to tell, because his fury is so perpetual, whether there are any degrees of fury that come forth from him. Now, he said there should be a debate on the Prime Minister. They had one only just over a week ago. They lost. And they don't like losing. They keep on losing. They lost the referendum. They don't like that either. They lose again and again and again and again, and they come back to the same old subject. He's then criticising me for making a joke about imperial measures. Now, I know the honourable gentleman has no sense of humour, at least professionally. He may do in private. It's part of his image that he should never... But to make a joke about imperial measures may not be very funny. It may not win me awards for humour, but it seems to me to be an eccentric thing to be concerned about. And then he complains about the Electoral Commission's report. Well, I seem to remember there's some very large amount of money missing from the SNP, so perhaps we could have a debate. Perhaps I should arrange one in government time about the missing money of the SNP, or perhaps he'd like to own up about it now. Perhaps we should give him another go later on, so that he can say, is it £500,000 that's gone missing from the SNP? I wonder where it's gone. Is it missing down the sofa? Has Mona Lot stashed it away somewhere? Who knows? But wouldn't it be fun to find out? And then he wants to go away again. He never likes being here. He always wants recesses, except when we announce them. He now seems to be asking me to give an early recess for some strange reason, when I've just announced the business Monday to Thursday of next week, but business is announced as it is announced. And of course we should be here working. What the government has said in its guidelines is that you should not go into work if you don't need to. Parliament does not work properly with people absent, and it's very disappointing that the opposition is so lily-livered about holding the government to account that it wants to go back home early. That's not how democracy should work. Being here, holding the government to account, asking the difficult questions is just as important as people being in their offices who are delivering government services. And we know from our constituents that services have not been as well delivered when people have been working from home. So absolutely, I know the House authorities will ensure that people who don't need to be here to deliver services will be able to work from home, and that's quite right. But democratic accountability requires MPs in this chamber, and that is the policy of Her Majesty's government.
Robert Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Overnight, I have been contacted by many businesses in my constituency who are deeply